Vi here, and in this video we will go over weapon crafting. First, I'll cover the basics of weapon crafting. Expect to see this exact clip in all the weapon crafting videos, so skip ahead if needed, though it would help me if you watched it all. As always, if you find this helpful, leave a like on the video, comment and subscribe as it will help me out. All weapons have a chance of rolling one out of up to 3 passive talents, so you'll always receive one thing like 5 to 13% extra damage against a goblin as the example. The talents can be seen over here. Now, depending on the success of your weapon crafting, you can get anywhere between 5 to 8% on the passive. If it's a great success, this value increases from 11 to 13% for the passive you got. Another thing is the sockets on a weapon. This can be seen over here. All weapons have a 100% chance of getting one socket, whereas any additional socket is determined by the success of the weapon crafted. So for an example, if my weapon had a great success when I crafted it, I would have a 50% chance of it being a 3-socket weapon. Or at least that's how I interpret this graph. It's all honestly a little confusing, but in-game it's not necessarily as complicated as I make it sound probably. Another thing about weapon crafting is all weapon archetypes will use the same materials. So a bow uses the same material as a sword, etc. In the top right, we can use tickets and rolling balls to increase the success rate of getting a great success when crafting. The baseline of a great success is 25%. So, in an ideal perfect scenario, we would want a great success that grants us 4 sockets. With the passive, we would want such as Goblin Slayer with a max roll of 13% damage increase. So pray to RNGesus that you get the ideal perfect scenario at endgame. Anyway, let's craft some of these weapons and see our own luck. Terrible luck aside, you don't need the perfect ideal scenario. This is only for people who are interested in min-maxing. Here's an example of my frostbow with 4 sockets, a mid-roll of 12%. But the passive isn't great. Another form of RNG is the plugins that go into sockets can range anywhere between 1-star and 5-star. So for a true perfect ideal scenario, 4 sockets, 13% of the passive you want, and 4 5-star plugins of your choice. Plugins can boost your damage for skills, reduce cooldowns, etc. Vi here, second intro for all you skippers. Here's how to craft level 25 weapons. First, you should know there are 2 level 25 weapon sets, 1 fire attribute and 1 earth attribute. Both require you to be at least in the 3rd zone, so progress your story if you haven't. Starting with the fire set, remember all materials are the same for the set regardless of archetype. First material we will need to complete the Sacred Pillar dungeon a couple times. That's the 930 rated gear score dungeon with sunlight in the image. The second material you'll need to kill a couple of rock lizards in the Trade Street area. They're not too hard to find in the area. Excuse the gameplay in the background, I'm learning the foe breaker. The third material is just gathering a bunch of rocks anywhere and everywhere, so you should have it already. Now on to the rock attribute weapons. The first material is another dungeon. Also gear score 930, but the image is now at night, so keep that in mind, do this a couple of times. The second material requires us to get a couple of moot claws. Moot claws can be found on the brown caveman-looking goblins in the area shown on screen. I think it has to be in this area specifically, so beware. The final material is another collection material, and you probably already have it too. But if not, just keep on picking up rocks on your journey. Anyways, thanks for watching. Leave a like if you found this helpful, comment and subscribe, as it would help me out a ton, thanks.